Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Good to see you again. Glad you could make it. So, today we have ourselves yet another wonderful video on another wonderful day. And what's the topic of today? A very good one. One that I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced, and a lot of you guys are wondering why you experienced it. So the question of the day is simple. Why did you get ghosted? So it goes like this. You met a nice young lady, you guys were hitting it off, or so you thought you were. You were texting, you were talking here and there, and then, poof, she's gone. Into a puff of smoke, and there you are left holding your phone in your hand, as empty and dry as the Sahara Desert itself. And suddenly, what seemed like a possible bright future between you and this nice hot young lady turned into something of deep, dark despair. Endless rain clouds falling on your head, dude, every moment because you can't get a text back because you got ghosted. Well, today I'm going to tell you why that happened and how you can make sure that it probably never happens again. And so, if you find yourself in this predicament, there are 4 main reasons why this typically tends to happen. And we're about to go through all 4 of them, one by one. And we're going to do it together. Reason number 1. Oftentimes, a guy will get ghosted because during the communication between him and the young lady, he has come across as being too available. Meaning, the guy is texting back immediately soon after she hits him up. She sends a text, boom, before she even finishes the sentence, he's already answered back twice. Ridiculous. It's like you're sitting there with nothing to do with your life and you're just waiting at her beck and call. When she says jump, you jump. When she says roll over, roll over. When she says go to Starbucks and get her a large coffee, that's exactly what you do. And see, ladies don't find that too attractive. They don't find it attractive at all. In fact, they find it quite repulsive. And if at any point you come across in her mind as a guy who doesn't have anything to do in his life but sit there and be available for her communication when she feels like picking you up, then she's out the door, dude. Congratulations, you've been ghosted. So, what do? Instead? You stay busy. You focus on yourself and your purpose. You build up a life, a wonderful persona, one that you can be proud of and one that a woman can be proud to be a part of. And then when you have time in between these things, you text back. Happily. You oblige her. But if you're sitting around there, dude, and all you do is wait for her to text you back so you can communicate with her immediately, it's completely over with before it even begins. Okay. Reason number 2 why some guys tend to get ghosted pretty often is because they're coming across as being too needy. Now, what does that mean? Simple. It means you're like a little lap dog. You're excited. You're texting her first every day. You're texting her back to back, double texting before she even gets a chance to respond. You're worried and scared, constantly thinking, what if she doesn't like me? What if she doesn't text back? You're afraid, you're anxious, and it comes across in the way that you communicate. It comes across in the way that you act. So you're rushing. You're moving way too fast. You're spilling your guts about all your feelings and all your desires and for the future between you two. You already named your kids. You already know where you guys are going to live. You're begging her for a text back. You're begging her for dates. You're begging her for one microscopic sliver of attention. And they can see it and smell it from a mile away, dude. And if that's you, then she's out the door. So, what do you do instead of being too needy? That's easy. You hang back. You relax. You give it some time. You let her come to you. You let her initiate most of the conversation. She'll come to you, dude. When she wants you, when she's thinking about you, when she misses you, she'll come to you. And that's when you oblige her with your wonderful and spectacular personality. Works perfectly. Trust me. I know. Alright, time for a little segue. If you made it this far in the video and you're liking the content that you're seeing, well, now will be the perfect time to hit that like button and subscribe. and leave a comment if you have something on your mind, or if you even have a question or a topic that you would love for me to talk about. It's all good, dude. Just click those buttons and help a brother out. Okay, third reason why a guy might find himself on ghost mode with a girl he's talking to. You're simply taking too long to make dates happen. Period. Texting is cool, man. Chatting it up is cool. FaceTime is cool. But the real game happens in person, on a date, man. That's what girls want. And if you're taking forever to get that popping, then you can go ahead and just assume that the ghost mode is right around the corner for you. And it's not like you can sit there and get upset with her about it. You're wasting everybody's time in the matter, hers and especially your own. Cut the useless chit chat and cut to the chase instead. Get the dates happening so you can get the ball rolling. Shouldn't take you but a few days at most to get the first date going. And then pretty much after that, whenever she texts you first, you guys have a small, humorous, light conversation in which you find a way to segue that into an in-person experience. That's your goal, not chit chat. And just like that, we're on to the very last point of this video. Now this one is a pretty tough pill to swallow, dude, because this time it's not about her, not about any of those factors. It's about you, the man in the mirror, dude. So if you find yourself getting ghosted, perhaps the problem is that you're simply too boring of a dude. Think about it. Girls do not get involved with guys so they could sit around and be bored all day, every day. No, they want excitement. They want adrenaline. They want a spark. They want to feel something, a fire deep down inside that's triggered by you and only you. You got to be that guy. You got to be funny. You got to be spontaneous. You got to be interesting. You got to keep her on edge, and you got to keep her in the game at all times. Because guess what? The minute you slip up, the minute you fall into that territory of being too boring perpetually, that's when another guy slides right in and takes her right off your hands, man. And that's what happens a lot of the times. If you find a girl and she disappeared, she's not talking to you much anymore, she's not texting you back, you guys aren't messaging or FaceTime or meeting up for dates, oftentimes it's because another dude who was simply more interesting, more attractive than you came into the equation. I know, sucks to hear. It's hard. It was your greatest fear, but oftentimes that's what happened. But it's okay, because as long as you stay on top of your game, as long as you become the Chad that I know you can be, you don't even have to worry about that. Ever. Alright, so those are 4 of the main reasons why you might get ghosted out here in 2022 when trying to talk to a hot young mamacita. All you have to do is keep these things in mind and do the things that you have to do in order to avoid them, and you'll be good. You'll be golden. The ladies will love you, and Casper will come around very seldomly. And that's a huge improvement for what you've been experiencing so far. Alright guys, so that's about it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for sitting here and listening to this and learning. That's the key. Always learning, always improving. Alright, till next time, fellas. Adios.